We're live.
Oh my Lord. He's recording this. So this is like fun. This is like live from the Spartan studio. It's another Spartan podcast time with our host, Wayne Carter, and special guest, Ellen Stacy and Michael Goldfarb.
Can't with him.
Live from Bel Air. It's Thursday morning. Well, listen, I'm super excited to be here with Ellen Stacy and Mike Goldfarb. Ellen is our new National Director of Customer Service, and Mike is our new Director of Distribution. Great additions to the Spartan team. Obviously, they've been at Sales Master for more years than they might want to admit. But, you know, I think it's a great idea for us to sit down and chat and just show how we're integrating both organizations, both Spartan and Sales Master GNA. And I thought it would be really interesting because I'm a big team guy, right? No egos, let's do it together. So I thought it would be really interesting for us to play a little game about how well do you know your teammate. And I've spent a lot of time with Ellen and Mike, and I think I've given them a couple layups here, but we're going to find out. We're going to test their knowledge of their teammate.
Oh boy.
Oh Lord.
So this should be fun. Mike, how long has Ellen worked at Sales Master?
27 years?
26.
26?
Okay.
You're
Same.
on your 27th?
I'm in my 26th.
Damn.
Okay. So we get up,
Oh.
but very close. So Ellen, 26 years ago, can you just explain how you kind of wound up at Sales Master and you know what your first kind of job was?
So I had just moved back to Long Island, a newly single mom. I found a home. You know, it's the culture that Steve had created there. It was originally an all-men company, but I have to put my fist up in the air because now we're all women, and and we do have. I lied. We do have one gentleman, James King, in our department, and he holds his own amongst us all.
Look, and I love when we start talking about culture, and we'll go into it a little more as we continue the conversation. But a question for Ellen about Mike. Ellen, what was Mike's profession before he started working at Sales Master?
Golf pro. One of them. He had a Carvel store. He was a golf pro, a packaging company. And that's all I can remember.
And that's pretty much the most important. Yes, that is correct.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay. Ding, ding, ding. We'll leave it at that. That is correct.
Okay, so Ellen's up 1-0, although I think Mike should get a little credit for getting within 1 year. So
Yes.
maybe it's 1.5 at this
Yeah,
point.
percentage-wise, I did very well.
I agree. I agree. Mike, how many children does Ellen have?
2 lovely young ladies.
Yes.
Ding, ding, ding. Mike is on point here. He's making it happen, making a strong attempt at a comeback. Ellen, what was Mike's first job at Sales Master?
Truck driver.
Ding, ding, ding. Correct.
Okay, right? Again, love it. Love the stories of how people started their careers. So we have Ellen just killing it.
You got 2.
Well, she's batting 1,000 right now. The Orioles are batting 0-0-0, so she's doing pretty good.
Go, El.
Mike, what is Ellen's favorite thing to do?
Favorite is difficult. You know, do you like walking? You like kayaking? You like mountain hiking?
So a lot of the same things that you and I like. A lot of
Yes,
physical
yes.
fitness.
I'm up in the mountains regularly.
Yeah.
Then I wake up. But
Yeah, you got it.
I don't know if there's one specific thing through the years that we've always talked about different things we both do, and those are the first ones that come to mind.
Yeah, no, that's it. He's got it.
Okay. We'll get the judges say yes. That is a correct
Ding,
answer.
ding.
Ellen, what type of music does Mike enjoy?
the spa zen kind of music.
I know for a fact that is a ding, 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 because every time I'm in Mike's office or he's around, I do feel like a massage is coming because I feel like I'm in a spa. And listen, I wanted to do that little kind of thing because I think it epitomizes what Spartan is and what I've learned what Sales Master is, right? And GNA is how close we all are. We don't just work together. Our lives are kind of intertwined. We know things about each other. It's always that thing. We spend more time with the people at work, and if we can work as a team and have this kind of relationship, it always seems like it makes it a lot more enjoyable from my point of view.
Absolutely.
I think we would want to talk about how we grow Spartan together with the addition of the Sales Master GNA team. At this point in your professional career, and I'll start with you, Mike, what kind of fuels you? What makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning and motivate you on the daily?
Besides wife kicking me out of bed, probably the relationship we develop with all of our people and all of our locations that we have, and knowing that we have that relationship with everybody together, we can tackle any problems of the day because we're doing it together. We know each other's strengths. We know each other what we can or can't do, in a way that will make it better, at least the best that we can in some situations, with the people that we know and in many cases like, love, and are part of our lives.
Especially with your responsibilities and what you do on the daily, you're not able to physically be in front of all the people every day, right? Because of a location in New Jersey and a location in Deer Park and a location in Chicopee and multiple locations in Western New York and now a couple locations in Maryland and more locations to come.
Yes. More
warehouses to come because there's been a lot of remote work and does remote work? Does the interaction between teams lose something? How do you handle that when you're not physically in front of your teammates on the daily? How do you create that team aspect, not only with people that are on your teams, but also with the sales team that's out there, obviously on the road every day?
Well, it all starts with communication. Every one of us talk to each other regularly, daily, sometimes more often than we probably would like to admit. Just news of the day, what's going on for the day, a problem of the day, a solution of the day. These are the things that can only be handled when you speak daily. If you don't talk to a group of people for weeks at a time, you lose it. You lose the communication, you lose the ability to work with each other, and you lose the camaraderie that goes back and forth between us. And that's probably one of the most important things, that whether it's email, whether it's a phone call, with Spartan now, Teams is becoming a very big part of our world. In Sales Master, it was easy enough where when Deer Park was our primary distribution center, walk out of the door into a warehouse.
Sure.
Walk down the office and to see accounting. I can walk down the office, talk customer service, or any of the directors or VPs or owners in the building. We're steps away. Now, as you said, we're growing across the country. So Teams, phone calls, communications of some type constantly, all working together. And also knowing that we are allowing our people, training our people to do the job properly, giving us a comfort that they're going to do the right thing, trusting them to do the right thing, and then if there is a problem, they're open and trusting to come to us and say, we have a problem, how do we solve it? Let's solve it together. Let's look at this problem, and that's how we all grow.
And I think it is a challenge, right? As we grow, how do we make sure that everyone's pulling the same direction, right? So, Ellen, I'll ask the same question of you. What fuels you in your professional life, other than nervous energy?
Do have a lot of that. I think being raised by strong women, and being a single mom, hungry for that success to show my girls.
Yeah.
as women,
Yeah.
that it can be done. And it's the team at Salesmaster. I tell them on a regular basis that I look forward to coming in every day to see them. It tears me up. Because it's just, we're a family. Mike's hit the nail on the head. It's just, we're involved in each other's lives. I'm the mom of the group. And he's the psychiatrist. So people tend to come to us.
We're in trouble.
People tend to come to us to, talk about things in their lives, and we're there as support, as a team and a family together. It just, that's really what drives me there. It's, again, it all goes back to the culture.
Awesome. I appreciate that insight. This is a time of transition. How can we take the expertise of everyone in the three organizations and meld them into something that is greater than the sum of the parts? Right? How can we bring a level of, I've seen that before, right? I've been doing this for so long. I've seen that problem before. And how do we process around it? How do we create a customer experience that is across the board, respected in the industry? So I kind of want to talk about the future now. I think the perception is, well, we'll get a computer system we're all on, and this will be easy. The teamwork, the no egos, the pulling the same direction, getting the cultures aligned, the computer system. Very exciting stuff for a podcast, by the way. And creating the trust between the now three organizations that will be one. In your new roles, kind of, how do we accomplish this integration? How do we accomplish creating and maintaining the culture that that both organizations, or all three organizations, have? What do you think is the process for each of your roles to make those goals a reality?
Well, the first step is going to be sitting down with the management team on both sides and understanding each other's processes. Because once we have a full feel for how we handle things, how they handle things, then we can look at it and see what we can meld together to make everything work as one unit, and then just continue to bring that across the country. The communication's got to be there, the time spent with the people. I'm going to be honest, I'm new to the whole remote thing, so I'm literally about to be picking Ken Mann's brain and Mike Thomas, along with Tim Dietrich's brain, on how they, what they do to incentivize their employees. One of the things that are on the horizon, and this isn't an overnight thing, this is going to take, a while for us to all get there as a group, but sitting down with each individual rep. What are their goals? What are their aspirations? What would they like to see? How the culture is there. Sit in the department, for days and really get a good feel for it. And then see what we're all going to have great ideas. And I think once we get a good feel for everybody's processes, then we can make those synergies work.
Love it.
And it's the people that we allow them to open up and share their ideas. How many times through the years that we have had people come to us and said, what if we do this?
Yeah. Why do we do it that way? Ask the question.
Why can't we do it this way?
Yeah.
What if we tried this? What if we tried that? And there are many times we'll look at it and say, that's a great idea, or we can't because of ABC. And that also leads to another point where you brought up where people think, the computer system's going to be, and everything's going to work beautifully together. That is a simplistic way to answer a question where people nowadays will think that way. And this is where the psychology part comes in, where the people come to me, where you have to think a little bit differently in anybody's lives, in all aspect of your life, where if we have first level thinking, we're on top of the iceberg, and we see the iceberg and we tear away from it. If you don't tear away enough just to avoid what you see, you're still going to hit what's underneath. And if you don't avoid and plan for what's underneath the big picture above you, if you can get people to think that way, and that's what we always try to do when we share that idea with all of our people and have them share their ideas, where now it's a broader scope of what we're looking at, then we all move forward in a nice big way. As opposed to, well, that's not working, fix it and the problem's solved. No, that's not working. Now let's figure out what else is not working with it, because there's probably other things that go with it. And all of us do that together.
We're talking a lot about operations and internal and how we build this team aspect and move forward when we have 200 sales reps on the road running 1,000,000 miles an hour, how we support them, how again we bring them into feeling that we're pulling all the same direction. To me, the name on the front of the jersey is always going to be more important than the name on the back of the jersey. So how do we push that forward with not only the internal teams but also our large and growing sales force that go to market in so many different ways, right? I've only been in the flooring industry for 10 years. And I remember a conversation I had with Kevin when I first joined Spartan, and I asked him, well, how long do you think it'll take me to figure it out? And he goes, well, you'll never figure it out because it's the craziest industry of all time, but you'll have kind of a feel after 10 years. And I was like, yeah. And Kevin was right, and it pains me to say that, but, it is an ever-evolving industry. So how have the two of you, with your length of experience in the industry, seen the business evolve, and how can we as an organization be on the cutting edge of that evolution?
Well, first step is understanding and accepting, and again, psychology, this is about life. Learning never ends. The evolving never ends. The teaching of all of our people, whether it be through us doing it together, outside vendors doing it together, new products coming on board together, the learning can never end. When you think you got it, you don't got it. When you're 20 years old and you think you know the answers to the universe, and then you turn 40 and 50 and you realize, I don't know shit. The experience of and the learning and the wanting to learn, that's another thing too. People think they got it and they give up. Never give up. Never surrender. Mm-hmm. Continue to learn and continue to evolve yourself in all aspects of what you do.
Supporting each other has a lot to do with that too. Just inside reps supporting the outside reps. They're building relationships, even though those people are on the road. They're sending gifts to each other. They're getting involved in the family lives. It's just all part of that relationship. Look at Donna and Mike, customer service in Deer Park. Never even met Donna, and they were all crying when she left. Yeah. They knew her only over the phone.
Only a telephone call, yep.
But yeah, so it's a lot of that communication and building those relationships.
How do you think kind of the technology, the explosion of technology, the expectation of any customer to be able to click on a computer screen and have something delivered to them in 6 minutes, how has that changed expectations, and how do we adapt to those changing expectations as a organization?
Mm-hmm. We offer so many avenues on how to place orders.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We use one application, ProKeep, where you can text us. Mm-hmm. You would think that would have blown up by now.
Yep.
Not many people use it. They still want to talk to us on the phone, or some even still fax us. That still is a thing. So I have not seen a tremendous amount of technology growth from that aspect.
Yep.
They still want to, here's my PO,
yep.
Give me my order acknowledgement.
Well, I agree with that. I think it will continue to evolve, but it just kind of supports one of the main mantras of Spartan, right? It's all about the relationship. It's about the relationship between the three of us. It's about the relationship with our customer. It's about the relationship with other employees. And again, if we're having fun, if we are communicating that culture to the customer, well, of course the customer wants to be part of what we're doing, right? So I kind of agree. right? That relationship, that extra touch point, that someone working in operations, customer service, whatever you want to call it, warehousing, logistics, purchasing, quoting, that relationship, that's kind of the special sauce for Spartan, and obviously it has been for Salesmaster and GNA as well. So that's always an interesting conversation, right? How do we incorporate technology? I think some people like it, but I think a majority of people still want to call up Ellen and say, "Hey, Ellen, how are your cats?"
They want. They're not my cats. I'm the nana. They're, people want that human touch.
Yeah.
We are very close to so many of our customers, and they sing praises of the customer service reps all the time. That's one of the reasons I'm not a big believer in metrics when it comes to customer service. We have always been known as the warm and fuzzy distributor. So, and
Yeah.
I want that to continue.
Absolutely, and I think we all do. Well, listen, I've known both of you for probably 6 or 7 years now. I thoroughly enjoy getting to know you better. I think elevating you to national positions is going to be a home run for us as an organization overall. I'm just really excited that we've started that journey together, right? Wayne getting a little touchy-feely and emotional here, so Chris will cut that out, hopefully.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
No, keep that in.
Yeah. So is there anything, as we kind of close this out, that either of you want to add as we start this journey in earnest on January 1st, but obviously working towards hitting the ground running on January 1st?
We're just really excited to be part of a bigger team, and I'm really excited to see where this is going to go in 5 years from now. And it'll be a rough road. It's going to be a lot of hills and valleys for us to trudge through, but I think I think we're going to create something really great.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
And Alan, I just want to interject before Mike. I was actually texting with someone this morning about, kind of what we're attempting to do here. And I was like, patience. There are going to be bumps on the road. The bumps on the road do not mean we're not on the right street. It just means there's a pothole there, right? We'll fill that bad boy in and move along.
Yeah,
exactly.
we're just on the Cross Bronx right now, just bouncing around. That's all we're doing.
God, I
That's
hate
right.
that road.
Anything to add, Mike?
It's always a fun ride when it's new. It's always a fun ride meeting new people, getting to interact and expand the family that we have now into 4X. Is that the common
4X.
thing that we're saying? Well,
Shout
family's
out-
going to grow 4X.
Shout out Sean Swanson.
There you go, Sean. So we have so many people in the past year or so that we've gotten to know all of you, and some very quick bondings with some. I have new work wives already. It's fabulous. They look out
Got a
for me.
harem now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and they'll beat on me, and God bless them for it to keep me in line.
I was your first.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Thank you, and I love you for it. And so does Janine, because she knows you keep me in line, and that's why she loves you. We have something special to develop, and doing it all together will make it even better. As we grow this brand nationwide. And that's the excitement of it. That's the continuing education. That's the continuing learning. That's the continuing challenge. That's the challenges that we need to accept and embrace. And when we do that, it's all going to go great.
Love it. I'm super excited to figure it out together. Listen, can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys being here. And I don't think we have much else to discuss because we got to get back and plan the next 5 years.
Yes, we do.
Thanks again, everyone.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you.